Okay, back again, building on what we did. Part 1. Remember, you have to build this part of this lunge all in succession. Don't skip to another step, or if one part falls off, you got to go back and reestablish part 1. Make sure you have part 1 in check. You can review that video. What we want to do, I'm going to switch positions now and be facing, so we can see this is going to be the second part of it right here. Facing forward. Everything we went through in part 1, double back to see it. Make sure you're establishing that. That's where I'm starting from on this one. Once I'm in this position, I want to bring my arms up over my head, arms straight up over your head. All of a sudden, you can feel a pull. You can feel an additional pull on this whole area, this whole abdominal area, this whole, your lats, your QL, everything that's connecting down to the pelvis, everything that is becoming restricted from constant sitting or just overall tightness. Once we're in this position, we got the glutes firing, which are going to relax the hip flexors. We're in this position, which is going to stretch the hip flexors. Now I'm adding more, harnessing the knowledge of the fascial connections in the body. Now I'm adding more to this. I'm in this position, and I'm holding it there. Now I'm going to incorporate some breathing, because as we move different muscles throughout the bodies, whether it's arm up, whether it's turning the head, whatever it is, we're harnessing the knowledge of the fascial connections in the body. We're not just a set of compartmentalized muscles. We're connected from head to toe by the fascia. Therefore, just moving in one direction, whether that be with a muscle of our limbs or even the diaphragm, up and down, is going to create different tension and get more release, more bang for your buck in your body, so you get the most out of these movements. When we're in this position, arms up over the head, good place to check yourself again. Make sure this hip didn't fall back, and make sure these shoulders are in line with the hip. We want shoulders, hips, parallel to your mirror if you're using that for reference point. So oftentimes I get into this position, and I'll end up bringing this hip forward a little bit, because as you can see with this leg being back, it drops back. It has a tendency to drop back, so bring it forward. Make sure you didn't then overcorrect and bring your shoulders. Rotate your torso, bring it out there. Then a nice breath in through your nose, diaphragmatic breathing. The diaphragm drops, creating negative pressure, pulling oxygen into the lungs. It pushes down on your organs, down your abdominal cavity, pushing them into the pelvic floor. That's one end. And then out through the nose. Diaphragm's coming back up. It's pushing the carbon dioxide out. It's activating those organs there by pushing and pumping them up and down, so you're harnessing the parasympathetic nervous system. Relaxation. You're facilitating things like digestion with the intestines, detox with the liver and the gallbladder. It's all connected, and this is visceral work if you just breathe properly. Once you exhale, you're good to go. You're holding this position. Breathe in again. And exhale. We come back, we switch positions. Cool. I have a sturdy base because I'm remembering everything from part 1. You do not proceed to this step if you're flailing all over the place and falling there. You have to have just this position, a firm grasp and strength and stability in the basic lunge before we get up here. Before we get up here and start to incorporate the breathing methods. That's part 2. Make sure you built on part 1 with part 2, and we're back to take it home, making this a true half moon lunge on our next part. Good luck.